Look, let me guess. You start the week feeling motivated. You tell yourself, this time I'm serious. You maybe wake up early once or twice. You eat a little better. You write a to-do list. And then, somewhere around Wednesday, it all falls apart. You miss one habit, then another. Then you start overthinking it. And suddenly, you're back in that familiar place where you're scrolling, procrastinating, feeling guilty, and telling yourself you'll lock in next week. Yeah, that was literally my life. For years, I wasn't lazy, I wasn't stupid, I just couldn't stay consistent to save my life. And what messed me up the most was this idea that I needed more motivation, when really motivation was the thing sabotaging me. My name is Aiden, and I spend way too much time thinking about discipline, mindset, and personal growth. And if you're someone who starts strong but never stays consistent, relies on motivation, and feels lost when it disappears, constantly feels behind, no matter how much you try, knows what to do, but just doesn't do it, then yeah, this video is for you. Because here's the thing, my life didn't change because of one big breakthrough. It didn't change because of some insane routine or productivity hack. It changed because of tiny habits, almost embarrassingly small ones, that quietly rewired how I think, act, and show up every day. And if this resonates even a little, do yourself a favor. Like the video, subscribe, and stay here, because this channel is about real discipline, not motivational nonsense. Now let's get into it. Here's what most people don't realize. The problem isn't that you lack discipline. The problem is that your environment, expectations, and habits are designed to make you fail. Psychologists call this ego depletion, the idea that self-control is a limited resource. In fact, studies show that the average adult makes 35,000 decisions per day. So when you rely on willpower, you're basically asking a tired brain to perform miracles. That's why motivation feels powerful, but never lasts. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. And once I understood that, everything changed. So here are 22 tiny habits that didn't feel impressive, but completely transformed my life. 1. Making my bed. Immediately, not perfectly, not aesthetic, just done. Here's why it works. Your brain craves closure. Completing a task, no matter how small, releases dopamine. So instead of starting the day in reaction mode, I started with a win. Tiny, but powerful. 2. No phone for the first 30 minutes. This one hurt at first, but neuroscience shows that dopamine spikes early in the day make everything else feel boring. If you scroll first thing, your brain says, nothing else today will beat this. So I delayed stimulation, and suddenly, focus became easier. 3. Writing down only. 3 priorities. Not a massive to-do list, just 3, because when everything feels important, nothing gets done. This habit taught my brain clarity over chaos. 4. Standing up. When I felt lazy. This sounds stupid. It's not. Your body teaches your brain how to feel. Standing interrupts the procrastination loop. Movement creates momentum. 5. Drinking water. Before anything else, dehydration affects focus, mood, and impulse control. A dehydrated brain is a distracted brain. This habit alone reduced my mental fog. 6. Making my habits embarrassingly small. 1 push-up. 1 sentence, 1 minute. Here's what most people don't realize. Consistency beats intensity every time. James Clear wasn't exaggerating. Habits compound. 7. Never missing. Twice I stopped aiming for perfection. Instead, I followed one rule. Mess up once? Fine. Twice? Not allowed. This removed shame from the process. 8. Treating discipline like a skill. Discipline isn't a personality trait. It's trained, just like a muscle. Once I stopped labeling myself as undisciplined, progress accelerated. 9. Doing hard things earlier. Decision fatigue is real. Studies show willpower declines throughout the day. So I moved difficult tasks earlier, before my brain had time to argue. 10. Reducing friction, not increasing motivation. I stopped asking, how do I feel like doing this? And started asking, how do I make this easier to start? Shoes by the door, notes already open, gym bag packed. 11. Tracking effort, not outcomes. Outcomes fluctuate, effort doesn't. This habit detached my self-worth from results and kept me consistent. 12. Talking to myself like a coach. Not aggressive, not negative. Neutral, direct. You said you'd do this. Start. No drama, no insults. 13. Limiting dopamine, not chasing it. Less junk content, less constant stimulation. This recalibrated my reward system. Suddenly, work felt doable. 14. Having a bare minimum version of every habit. Some days are bad. That doesn't mean you quit. It means you do the minimum viable habit. Momentum stays alive. 15. Ending the day with 1 win. Not everything, just 1 thing I followed through on. Progress is psychological before it's practical. 16. Planning. Tomorrow, the night before mornings are for execution, not thinking. This reduced decision fatigue dramatically. 17. Saying no faster. Every yes is a hidden no. Protecting focus is a discipline habit. 18. Embracing boredom. Here's where it gets really interesting. Boredom trains focus. People who tolerate boredom better are more disciplined long-term. 19. Separating. Feelings from actions, feelings change. Commitments don't. This single shift changed everything. 20. Viewing consistency as identity. I stopped trying to act disciplined. I became someone who shows up. Identity drives behavior. 21. Forgiving myself. Quickly, guilt kills momentum. Correction builds it. 22. Playing the long game. This is the habit behind all the others. No rush, no hacks, no shortcuts, just quiet consistency. Look, your life doesn't change when you feel motivated. It changes when you build systems that work even when you're not. Tiny habits don't look impressive, they don't get applause, they don't go viral, but they compound. And one day you look back and realize you're not the same person anymore.